Hi everyone, today we are reading Paddington's London Treasury book. It is by Michael Bond and illustrated by R.W. Ali. It has four stories and we have read the two of them. And if you have been watching my last video, two of them is Paddington at the Palace, and my sister have read Paddington at the Zoo for you. But now we are reading Paddington and the Marmalade Maze. Here's the postcard if you haven't seen it. It's very nice and very old looking. Now let's see, 47. I hope you will enjoy this book. Got it. So, Paddington and the Marmalade Maze. Now let's read. Put it in the middle so then you could all see the both pages. One day, Paddington's friend, Mr. Gruber, took him on an outing to a place called Hampton Court Palace. "I think you'll enjoy it, Mr. Brown," he said as they drew near. "It's very old and it has over 1,000 rooms. Lots of kings and queens have lived here." Look, if you haven't known, that is Mr. Gruber and that is Paddington Brown. Paddington Bear or Brown something. Paddington always enjoyed his outings with Mr. Gruber and he couldn't wait to see inside the palace. That's Paddington couldn't wait to get inside the palace. That's the palace and that's the man who guards it and take care of it and things like that. As they made their way through an arch, Mr. Gruber pointing to a large clock. "That's a very special clock," he said. "It not only shows the time, it tells you what month it is." "Perhaps we should hurry, Mr. Gruber," said Paddington anxiously. "It's June already." That's Mr. Gruber and Paddington looking up at the large clock. Paddington says that it is half past June already, but I don't really think that's true. I think he means half past something like 2 or 3 like that, but it's in the month of June. They hadn't been inside the palace very long before they came across a room which had the biggest bed Paddington had ever seen. "Queen Anne used to sleep in it," said Mr. Gruber. "I expect they put rope around it to stop her falling out when she had visitors," said Paddington, looking out on all the people. "That is a very big bed. Actually, that is a very big bed. That's Mr. Gruber. And that's all of the visitors. Queen Anne actually is dead." "This is known as the Haunted Gallery," said Mr. Gruber. "They do say when Catherine Howard's ghost passes by, you can feel a cold draught." Paddington shivered. "I hope she's got a duffel coat like mine," he said. "Oh, very scary, the haunted one." Mr. Gruber took Paddington to see the kitchen next. "In the oldest days, wood fires," he explained. "That's why there is such a high ceiling. There was a lot of smoke." Talking of I was hoping they might have left some royal buns behind," said Paddington, licking his lips. "No, they wouldn't have." "Talking of buns," said Mr. Gruber, "I think it's time we had a lunch." He led the way outside and they sat down together on the edge of a pool. As Paddington opened his suitcase, he accidentally dropped one of his sandwiches into the water. It was soon alive with goldfish. "They must like marmalade," said Mr. Gruber. I wonder if that's how they got their name." Look, he dropped the sandwich and that's all of the goldfish. When they had finished their sandwiches, Mr. Gruber took Paddington to see the Great Vine. "It's very famous," he said. "Every year they pick over 500 bunches of grapes. Imagine that, Mr. Brown." "I'm trying to, Mr. Gruber," said Paddington. "I think I might plant a grape pit when I get back home." Mr. Gruber chuckled. "I'm afraid you will have a long wait, Mr. Brown," he said. "That vine is over 200 years old." Wow, that is a very, very big grape vine thingy. Look, it even got a whole greenhouse filled with it. I think that's through 200 years old. Yep. Now, said Mr. Gruber, before we leave, we must visit the famous maze. Sometimes it takes people hours to find their way out. I hope that doesn't happen to us, said Paddington. My paws are getting tired. Perhaps it's time I took you home, said Mr. Gruber. Much to his surprise, the words were no sooner out of his mouth than everyone around him began to talk. Hey, that sounds like a great idea. Please to wait while I buy a new film for my camera, said the Japanese lady. I've never been inside a real English home before, said another lady. I wonder if they serve tea. What a disaster! Look, people think that he's the god tour or someone who shows you around. I think they do. I don't know. Oh dear, whispered Mr. Gruber. They must think I'm one of the guards. What shall we do? Mrs. Bird wouldn't be very pleased if they all follow us home, exclaimed Paddington. She only has a small teapot. Then he had an idea. Follow me, he called. I think perhaps we ought to go in the maze after all. Are we sure we are doing the right thing? Gasped Mr. Brown as he hurried on behind. I think they are doing the right thing then. Because I think he will find his way, but those people are stuck. Bears are good at maze, said Paddington. You need to be in darkest Peru. The forests are very thick. And sure enough, before Mr. Gruber had any time to say any more, Paddington led the way out, leaving everyone else inside. Wow, that's so quick. The maze is very big. I've heard of that maze before. However did you manage to do that, Mr. Brown? Gasped Mr. Gruber. Quickest visit I've ever seen, agreed the man in the ticket office. I used Marmalade chunks to show where we had been, said Paddington. It's something my Aunt Lucy taught me before she went into the home for the retired bears. That's a great idea. Look, Mr. Gruber was like, wow, I know to do that. And look, that's the half-finished marmalade. That's the what the? Like that, because that is very, very, quick, I think. But I thought you had eaten all your sandwiches, said Mr. Gruber. I always keep a spare one under my hat in case I have an emergency, said Paddington. That's something else Aunt Lucy taught me. She'll be very pleased when she hears. I think Aunt Lucy is very clever indeed. And he stopped at the kiosk to buy a picture postcard so that he could write and tell her all about his day out. Look, he chose the one with the castle. I think it's the Hampton Court castle thing with the picture. That night when he went to bed, as well as the postcard and a pen, Paddington took some rope. It's something Queen Anne used to do, he announced. I have a lot to tell Aunt Lucy and I don't want to fall out of bed before I finished. That's Judy. That's Paddington taking some rope and pen and quill on his postcard. I think they put rope around it not because the Queen Anne might fall out of bed. I think because people won't sleep in a bounce and making it dirty and things. And anyway, Queen Anne is not. It doesn't exist. Oh, how nice! Look, that's a picture of Aunt Lucy. That's the rope. That's Paddington writing with the ink and lots of postcard and the half-eaten marmalade sandwich. And that is the end. Bye everyone. Bye everyone. I hope you enjoy our videos today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And please write in the comments below what you think of this book and what other fantastic books you want us to read. Please share your comments and likes and subscribe. And please write in the comments below what other books you want us to read. Bye everyone. See you later. Bye. 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 Bye.